Alright, so we've made it to Tull in Manang district, I guess.
Yes.
Um,
Manang.
which is amazing because we thought we were going to try to get to, well, everything changed today. Everything we thought might have happened, we kind of had to tweak. Again, yeah. The original plan.
We thought we were gonna hike down to Cheyenne, which was only like 15 minutes to get to. And we were hoping we'd just take a Jeep all the way up to Manang, possibly. The town itself of Manang. And then, cut several days off, and then we could make it up to Thorongla and then over to Johnson. But because of landslides, we couldn't go past. Well, we never got the Jeep, but
Yeah.
if we had a Jeep, we couldn't have gone past Chamje, which would have saved a little bit of time, but we didn't feel like waiting for like an hour, he said, or 2 hours possibly.
He didn't know how long we'd have to wait, and it sounded like they would only going to be able to give us a 30-minute ride anyway, so it was like 30 minutes by Jeep or 2 hours by foot, so we didn't know how long we were going to wait. We didn't want to waste too much time, so we just decided to start walking and follow the road for a while. That was for me, that was the most discouraging part of the hike today because it was really hot and we were drenched. We were wet before we even crossed the river.
First bridge. Yeah.
And that was
first
like
15 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was 15 minutes from leaving where we stayed last night. So that kind of,
so much uphill.
I don't know, that kind of busted me mentally at first because you think, oh, we'll go across the river and get a Jeep and take that up,
easy.
and nothing's ever what you think it's going to be in your mind. So right off the bat, that kind of was burst, and then so we sucked it up and decided we're going to walk. So we started hiking the road, hoping that maybe a Jeep would pass us going our direction and we could hop on if they had room. A couple Jeeps passed us, and every single one was packed full.
People on the roof.
Or supplies
were
like
packed
everything.
inside.
And
but there was some going the other way, which is encouraging, thinking that at some point we could take one back that way.
Yeah.
The only thing is that there's been when the
landslides.
landslide happened, hopefully there was Jeeps north of it, so that way if we go any further, that we can go south.
We weren't on the road too much further of that one landslide till we got to the town, so we never saw any Jeeps on that side in that little bit of time.
Even for that whole big road that we saw the entire time, we never saw.
Oh yeah, we saw people walking.
Yeah, we saw a decent amount of people walking, but never saw any Jeeps.
So then we get down to another suspension bridge, and we had to take a pretty good break after that because TJ was really starting to get pretty worn out.
Yeah, that was after Chamje.
And then we had half a mojo bar each. Water was really hard on this trip, on today's trip, because it didn't seem like we had many water options. And one time when I filled up the water, it was very questionable. I thought I could just fill it up using a rag to filter it through the waterfall and then treat it. But it seemed to have things like
too many things floating,
wormy looking things in it, and it was very disturbing. And so we were going to save that as an absolute emergency, and I put like double the iodine in and stuff, but luckily we didn't have to drink that. But then we stopped and got our water filled, and it was boiling hot water, and which is great because it's good water, but we treated it again, but it was hot all day long, so not refreshing. So that was really difficult to eat, and it drink that had a little bit of an aftertaste too.
The Coke.
The Coke. Oh, we had one down. Coke. We brought the bottle with us though, because we're going to bring the trash.
We're taking our trash with us. We're not going to be like everyone else that leaves it here. We're actually going to pack it back to us to at least Canada, because we know they recycle there. And we're that big of hippies.
But yeah, we did drop some weight last night.
And then
which helped.
Oh yeah, we got rid of a lot of our stuff at the last room, but it's all good stuff. It's not like we left a bunch of trash with them. I mean, sleeping bags and just food
Yeah.
and just stuff that they can use or even sell if they wanted to, because it was all either new or in good condition. And after the bridge, that's when we started to see some fields.
Yep. We saw a lot of marijuana fields.
Yeah, lots of plants.
And so that was fun. And it started to rain lightly, but the sun by that point had gone away. It was all overcast, and the temperatures dropped. The humidity wasn't nearly, as obvious. Even though we still sweat like a ton because we were up and down and up and down and up some more. At one point, we thought we were going to find where our overnight was going to be in this little tiny village. We thought we'd be able to stay, and
that had what, 2 tea houses in it,
if that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but only one was open.
Yeah.
And then we asked if they had a room, and but they didn't have showers, and we just needed a shower so bad, so we decided to keep going. And then realized that the very next place that we had to go was probably another 2 hours away, and
by that point, buzzkill.
Yeah, by that point it was already 4:30, and I honestly didn't know if TJ had it in him because he was looking pretty rough already. I let him make the call, and he really wanted to continue on, so we kept going, and eventually,
got better.
Got through.
I was having
raining.
a really hard time at one point. But then, the rain started to come, so put the camera away and stuff like that, and it, I think you did an interview, right? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't remember. Last one we did.
That's what kind of day it's been. And so we're walking, and it's raining, but it's not pouring, and it's kind of cool, it's not, we're still sweating, but it cools us down. And then, saw some monkeys. That was pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that.
I
think there was 2 or 3 of them.
Through a pretty steep area. TJ happened to see them move from tree to tree. We had to actually look through a bunch of thicket of bamboo, so that was kind of difficult. So I didn't see them as well as he did. I saw the movement of, the creature from tree to tree, but, it wasn't a very good sighting for me, so I know what they really look like. But he said they were very light colored and pretty good size, so we'll look those up when we get home. So that was kind of fun. We saw a couple mule trains, cargo-less on their way back.
My low point for me today was when we were just kind of exhausted and just past that one that we thought we'd stay at, we couldn't. And then when we saw that huge waterfall. Mm-hmm. And
he said, I think we have to get to the top of that waterfall. And it was like way out there and really, really big. And so we just said, well, we have to get to the top then. So let's just keep going, one foot in front of the other. And we got to a little point where it was like a little, just a little shack restaurant under a huge boulder. And they gave us a little bit of water there and told us where we are now was about an hour away. So we decided, we got to keep going and let's just keep moving, and we got to get there. And
it was pretty bad. I'd go like 3 steps, take a break. Go 6 steps, take a break. It's really frustrating. A lot. Yeah, I was starting to lose it there for a little while.
But once we got up, we finally got to the end of climbing, got to the top of the waterfall, and got to a flat area, and saw the big welcome sign, and you could see through with the lake. Well, I guess it's not a lake. The beginning of the river where it's still pretty calm before it comes over the waterfall, and we saw the town. And oh my gosh, it was such a great sight. It was amazing.
And it was big enough that we knew there was going to be showers there, which was huge. And
we have options, And we're probably...
And we didn't take our first option.
We didn't.
We actually said no.
We got a cute little room here, 3 beds, and just had dinner.
Once again, didn't eat lunch.
Yeah. We
hard
had the
to
equivalent of a Mojo bar each, which is terrible, but it's really difficult because we don't have good food, and we thought we were going to be better today and actually stop for lunch, but I think the mentality of let's just keep going, let's just keep doing as much as we can just gets to us, and we just don't make time for it, but we have to in order to not feel so horrible towards the end. But we did another 8 hours today. And I'd say the last 3 were in the rain and hiking up a lot of water.
At least the last 2 were, yeah.
And, or not like heavy rain, like sprinkle, just light fall. It was actually refreshing. But it was a very wet day for our feet. Our feet looked pretty rough when we got here, very wrinkled and white and...
A little bit of blisters, but not too bad.
Bearing of blood. So I'm working on getting the feeling in the blood back in my feet tonight, and they're feeling pretty good again. We had a really good big dinner.
Yeah. Fried rice, which was huge, which was enough for me to eat.
And we got boiled
soup,
or fried potatoes with curry and
which
chili sauce.
Huge, which that alone would have been enough to eat.
Didn't quite finish those, and then I got some noodle soup, which was really good. That hit the spot, and we both had some tea again. And we're still working on keep drinking our water, but overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad we're here, and I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Still not quite sure how far we're gonna go before we, start heading back the other way, because I don't think we're gonna get as far as we had hoped. Definitely not to the end where we hope, but I don't even know if we'll get up to Menang now, because we got to just remember if we can't get to the end where we can get a jeep or a flight back, we have to go back the way we came. So we got some planning to do tomorrow to see what we're gonna end up doing.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating to come all the way out here and not quite get our goal, but
hey, we're still hiking in Nepal, so
that's true. And today, again,
it's a rough day.
We were able to enjoy it a lot more. Even though it was physically exhausting, we were having a hard time, we were able to still stop and take pictures and joke around. And it wasn't, it was hard, but worth it.
Not nearly like yesterday, though. Oh. But we're doing a lot better now, and
gonna get some sleep, I hope.
Ready to go to bed soon. Maybe sleep in if we can.
Get a glimpse of the room here.
All right.
Anything else?
Oh, I think that's it.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye. Still recording.
I know.